Good day, Summoners. This is Raidmaster bringing you another League of Legends Shoutcast for your viewing pleasure, and today it's going to be featuring Chaos playing Caitlyn in the bot lane. I think that's Chaos. Probably is Chaos. Might not be Chaos, but I'm pretty sure it is. You can never really tell, though. And besides that, I'm just excited to be getting some more practice, casting more League games. Tomorrow I will have a Dodo game up, and I actually just woke up. It's like 3:50 in the afternoon. Not to go to work in like 2 hours, but I was at work till 4 in the morning yesterday, and then I spent another couple of hours when I got home working on a video, which should be out next week. It's gonna be a guide video. I'm super excited about it. Super excited. And look at that Nocturne. He doesn't have a skin. That's sad. Anyways, I wanted to point out this Fizz's name. It's Fishing for Earth, and he is Fisherman Fizz. I think that's kind of cute. Kind of cute, if I do say so myself. And so, now that has been pointed out, let's go over the champion picks. For the blue team, top lane is going to be Lee Sin. Mid lane is going to be Nidalee. Bot lane will be Chaos on Caitlyn, being supported by a Sona. And in the jungle will be a Jarvan the 4th. For the red team, top lane is going to be Rengar. Mid lane will be Fizz. Bot lane will be Twitch, being supported by a Janna. And in the jungle will be a Nocturne. Ooh, his tail kind of like animates when you switch over to him. That's kind of weird. Oh well, enough of that. Let's go on to the game. And suddenly the speed is really slow. Let's fix that right there. There we go, much better. And no music today. I decided to cancel that. I'm like, music, meh, don't really want to do that. And the score right now is 2-3 in favor of red team. They have about 1,000 more gold. They are, in fact. The farms are pretty close. Actually, Nocturne has a lot more farm than Jarvan. Looks like Jarvan's going to go for some sick lane ganks. And unfortunately, that Janna Tornado is really going to just mess up their entire plan. Jarvan, not the best of lane gankers. If he did have his flash, so he had the possibility of maybe flash EQing, but of course the Twitch could have just gone invisible, and that kind of would have ruined the chance of a gank. Jarvan did bring a pink ward though, so if he had flash EQ'd, he could have just dropped the pink ward, and they could have just kept attacking him. He did have red buff, so I really think that's a kill that might have actually been able to happen. Twitch did not have flash, he did not have barrier, so definitely think the lost opportunity maybe. And in the top lane, we do have a fight. Lee Sin versus Rengar. Rengar's dropping Lee Sin very low, but he's going to be able to safeguard to a minion. And he's in an interesting spot in this lane, as playing against Rengar is definitely a very, very difficult to do as some champions. I think Lee Sin should have a bit of an advantage here. He can always just farm with his Q if he does not feel safe going to the lane. Lee Sin has not picked up any armor, where on the contrary, it seems that Rengar's picked up quite a bit, so that might be the reason that he's losing these trades. His build is not itemized efficiently for trading. It's more of a farming itemized build due to the extra sustain that he has. But he's not going to be doing much in one-on-one duels against this Rengar, due to Rengar having a lot better stats for dueling. All that damage reduction, and right now he's so willing to trade because he knows that he can just rely on his heal with his ferocity charge W, that he's just going to come out ahead of any trade along with his armor and basic attack reduction. This Rengar's not afraid to shove his knives in Lee Sin's face. And unfortunately, Chaos not having the damage to pick up those caster minions on another turret. You've really got to butter those up until you've got enough damage to one-shot them after the tower hits them once. And so you got to make sure you do a little bit of preparation for those minions under the tower. Then right here we got Twitch and Sona. Caitlyn and Sona trying to go on this Twitch. They're not going to get a kill here, unfortunately for them, but they will get a lot of damage out. He's going to drop very low. And this Fizz here just continually farming mid lane. He has a couple Dorn Dream picked up, plus his Crystalline Flask. Very good mid items, of course. You give him lots of sustain. And, of course, that little bit of extra damage and health to allow him to go all in and kill some peoples. Nocturne's up here waiting for a gank. I don't think he's going to find one, though. Ah, there's the word from Lee Sin. Now he knows. He knows the Nocturne has been wandering about. So, of course, he's pinging. He's being like, hey, Nocturne, go away. And Fizz is jumping onto them, but it looks like Jarvan wanted to do some ganks. There's the flash EQ knock up on Janna. Doing well so far. They might get the kill here. One more auto attack, one more anything, and Chaos is going to pick that one with one final auto attack. So that is very good for them. Picking up a kill on the Janna, bringing this to 3 for 3. 3-3 as the score. This Lee Sin trying to farm under his tower. At least this Rengar's being kind enough to push for him so that he can get some farm. Because if he was lane controlling if Rengar was lane controlling near his own tower, it would not be going nearly as well for him. And he's trying to do in some little trades. If he can like run in there and burst Rengar and then get out, he can win those trades effectively. It's the long sustained fights that I think Rengar's going to have the advantage here. However, not for much longer. As Lee Sin gains levels, he's going to become progressively better and better at these low levels of items. So I really think Lee Sin's starting to have a chance in this fight. Looks like Nocturne is going to go for a gank bot lane, and the Chaos is just going to flash right out of that, and that is going to be the end of that. With no Sona there to gank, they are not able to pick anything up. He did get a flash, but I mean, Nocturne's ult is on such a long cooldown at this stage in the game. It's a whopping 2.5 minutes, or 2 minutes 40 seconds. And right now we're just going to have the Jarvan and the Nidalee trying to kill this Fizz. There's the Cataclysm, there's the auto attack, and Nidalee gets stuck in the Jarvan wall, and she's going to have to spear. Pro Spears are going to pick that one up. That was kind of funny. Nidalee Cat got stuck inside her own Jarvan's walls. Jarvan always being the helpful bastard that he is. And Lisa's just going to continue to try and farm these waves. He does get roared on. That's not going to affect him. This is really just turning into a farm lane top. Neither side really able to kill each other. Lee Sin's too mobile for Rengar to kill, and Rengar is just too tanky right now for Lee Sin to be able to get a kill on. And right now we're going to have Nocturne just trying to ward them away from the tower. Will they be able to get the kill here? It's really iffy. Jarvan, you're diving past 2 towers. One more Q will pick up the kill though. And it is nice, epic Baron steal. Although there was no Baron stealing. That's just his name. And he's going to pick up a kill on the Nocturne. That was a really good coordinated dive there. They were able to pick him up. Jarvan almost went down, but he did not. I think if Nocturne had fought under the tower, he would have actually had a better chance of picking one of them off as he went down. So I really think running from the Jarvan in that situation might not have been the best idea, because it just gave Jarvan time for him to get his cooldown up on his Q, which allowed him to finish him off. I think if he had actually like stayed under the tower and fought the Jarvan, he possibly could have gotten a kill from that as well, even if he went down. But in the end, it was a 1-for-0. I mean, in hindsight, anything's better than getting killed for nothing, right? So, I mean, if he had tried anything else, the result couldn't have been worse. And man, this directed camera really enjoys this farm lane top. We are going to see Jarvan giving away his blue buff to the friendly Nidalee. And Jarvan did, in fact, steal the blue buff over here. Red team has warded their own blue buff. I think that might have been Fizz's ward. I'm not exactly sure. And now that Nidalee has blue buff, she's just going to be chucking spears till the ends of days. And oh, this Rengar's going to get ganked. He gets the sick knockups. And does he have his ultimate? He does not. He does, but he decides not to cast it because he's, you're against the Lee Sin. What are you going to do? Go invisible? Yeah, right. Lee Sin doesn't abide by you going invisible because his E and Q both reveal stealth. So the Rengar, wisely knowing he wouldn't get anything out of it, just decides not to pop his ultimate. Just goes into building more tanky items. Giant Belt now, accompanied by Ninja Tabby. He is 0-2. That Lee Sin has 1 kill up from the top lane, and I bet that Jarvan has the other one. And that's just a really good idea. On Rengar, if you're behind, it's best to just build tanky, due to the fact that, yeah, I mean, he can survive tanky due to his good base stats. I mean, you'd rather have some damage items on Rengar, of course, so he can actually assassinate people. But building tanky is not the end of the world on a champion like Rengar. And this Nocturne decided to go Berserker Greaves, and it looks like he's going to be going Spirit of the Lizard Elder as well with that Doran's Blade. I mean, not that Doran's Blade, with that Longsword, although that could be for something else like a Vamp Scepter. And there goes the Paranoia, jumping right in. Jarvan's like, oh, perhaps I should go back and assist my teammates in this and achieve maximum dunkage. He goes in, he dunks on top of the Nocturne. Will he be able to pick up a kill here? Kiox is going to be hammering away with his auto attacks and steps on a trap. That's going to be the end of him, and now Twitch is in a bit of trouble. He gets exhausted, gets Caitlyn ulted. Will it be enough to pick him up? It will. Triple kill for the Chaos. Fizz is going to pick up this Jarvan, but that's A-okay for the Jarvan. If I was Jarvan, I'd still be pretty happy about that. And that means they do get 3 kills on the Chaos. That's a lot of kills for the carry. It's going to be extremely good for her. It looks like Lee Sin has gone Tiamat, and he is just happy to Tiamat away on this Rengar. This Rengar no longer feels comfortable fighting the Lee Sin now that he has died twice in lane. I still think he could make some decent trades, because Rengar is just so tanky right now. I think he can still make some decent trades as long as he uses his abilities in Frosty right. But Lee Sin's just getting so much lifesteal back from these minions. It's insane right now. He's got so much sustain in the lane, so much pushing power as well with that Tiamat. And he is just right-clicking away. And Nocturne, well, spell shielding that Nid Spear like a boss. And he's not going to eat that one. Lee Sin decided to do a little bit of proxy farming. And being like a total badass. He's just going to walk between those towers and pick up some minions. And Rengar is just going to be sad because he can no longer farm because like everything's just going to be pushed to my tower. Lee Sin also going to be taking the golems. He's going maximum farm right now. Jarvan really wants to steal this blue, but there are 3 members of red team converging. 4 now that the phase isn't converging. But Jarvan still wants this. He wants this bad, but he is not going to get it. He's going to get chased out of town by the Twitch. And Nocturne is going to be picking this one up for himself and for the Fizz. That's the question. Oh, he's going to smite steal it. Blue for Jarvan. I think the EQ over the wall might have been a little bit too risky. No, he's just so tanky right now. He does not care about this damage. The deeps do not matter to him. And he is just going to ult on top of 2. Nice job. The ult's going to take out the Nocturne from the Chaos. And they're not going to be able to pick up another kill because they do not see the Twitch. But now that he reappears, they know he was there. No one on red team right now. No, actually, no. Sona does in fact have a pink ward. That was a nice steal from Jarvan. Nocturne did not have his smite up. That's why he was not able to secure that buff. It's very important to, if you feel like your objectives are going to be contest, to save your smite. Of course, it's very hard to tell, like, oh, I think they're going to come contest my blue this time. It's hard to tell that sometimes, but if you get that kind of game sense, oh, nice flash into the bush from Chaos. What I thought was just a normal auto attack fight turned into some pro shit. That Caitlyn doing a very good job of flashing into the bush to break line of sight meant that she was able to kill the Twitch. And now this Janna is not AP Janna, so she's not the burst. The Fizz in a lot of trouble right here. He does get ulted by Lee Sin. Lee Sin's going to flash and eat and pick up the kill. That was basically most of his summoner spells right there. He didn't actually burn his ignite. If he had burned his ignite, he wouldn't have had to burn his flash actually there. So, I mean, it's just which summoner spell do you want to burn in this situation? That was a nice job by Fizz. If he had Playful Trickster the Q from Lee Sin, he would have been fine, but he was not able to. And Lee Sin right now doing very well for himself. Has a Ravenous Hydra, has his Ninja Tabby. I expect him, he could go for some more damage with a Bloodthirster or a Bork, or we could see him go defensive items with perhaps a Randuin's Omen would be a very good pickup. Against, like, there's a lot of right-click heroes for here on red team. A Randuin's Omen could decimate Rengar, Twitch, and Nocturne. So I definitely expect someone on the blue team to pick up a Randuin's Omen relatively quickly in this game, and they'll do them extremely well in team fights. And right now here is Lee Sin and Jarvan versus the Rengar. Rengar is going to flash out of the ult, but now he goes invisible. Now he's just back onto the Jarvan, and he gets whacked for his troubles. And looks like they still kind of want to dive this, but I really don't think they can. Rengar's decently tanky, and Jarvan's really low, but here comes the Nocturne casting his ult. Will he be able to get a kill here? He is going to fear the Jarvan, but a bad fear repath for the red team, and here comes the EQ from Jarvan doing a lot of damage. They're going to pick up the Nocturne first, but now it's a 3v2, and the first one to go down will be Jarvan, and I think Lee Sin is going to follow very shortly. Will he be able to pick up a kill, though? That is the question. He will not he will not pick up a kill. That's very unfortunate. That Rengar was very close to dying. They thought that they could maybe tower dive that Rengar, but the red team did end up supporting their fellow top laner and went up and, you know, just gave him a hand, gave him a friendly hand and said, here, Rengar, we'll help you because you're getting dived and that's not fun. So that was a couple more kills for Twitch, and Twitch almost has a Bork finish. Look at Nocturne and Twitch. Their builds are almost the same. The only difference is Twitch has a Doran's Blade, Nocturne has a Spirit Stone. In fact, Nocturne has almost as much farm as the Twitch. That's just ridiculous. That means Twitch is not doing well in his lane. 15 minutes, 84 farm. I mean, for me, that's acceptable as an AD carry because I'm not good at the ranged carry role. I like my melee carries better, like playing Aatrox or, oh, there goes the Lobster. It's going to catch Chaos. You're in a lot of trouble. No, wait. The Pro Sona whiffs her crescendo. And there's the ult. But the shield is going to absorb it barely. If that shield wasn't off cooldown, she would have died. And, oh, this Fizz gets crit once, crit twice, and attacked another time. And that's the end of the Fizz. Man, those crits did the mad deeps. Oh, but here comes the Twitch. Now the Sona got greedy, and suddenly her AD carries in a lot of trouble. But will they be able to pick up this Twitch? No, they won't. Now, Sona, I fear that you are in for a world of pain. Here comes the Nocturne. Dustbringer not going to land. No assist for the Ghost. However, this Lee Sin is now openly trying to trade with this Rengar, but the Rengar is really tanky right now. He's got a ton of armor, a lot of HP. This Lee Sin realized that he can't hurt the Rengar, but also the Rengar can't hurt him. So it's really just an epic stalemate at this spot, and I think the Lee Sin is going to pick up this turret, though. And then they're going to have a bit of a fight, or maybe Lee Sin's just going to be like, you're not worth my time, you're just so tanky. No, here comes the fight. Just a bit of right-clicking, but neither side can really hurt each other that much. I think that ult was a bit unnecessary by the Rengar, but he is going to ult anyways. Now this Nocturne versus Nidalee. Who wins? The Fear is going to connect. Oh, Nidalee, she's going to flash for him. Picks up the kill in human form. I think the kill is picked up with a spear in human form, perhaps. And here comes the John trying to do some kind, but this Rengar is kind of not tanky, but still this blue team is just running away. They sense the presence of another. They know it's not Fizz. They know it's not Nocturne, so they believe Twitch perhaps was right in the distance. And they were correct. Twitch was in fact waiting for the come in. Oh, the Jarvan Reek initiation. Such a baller. They are going to pick up this kill on the Rengar, no doubt about it. He's super tanky, but he's not that tanky. And one more auto attack should secure victory, and it does. Now this John has made a poor decision of showing herself. The Q from Lee Sin does connect a baller Q from the Lee Sin. There's the slow. There's the Tiamat procs. Oh, from John trying to keep herself alive, but one EQ. Oh, Jarvan does not have enough mana for an EQ. Oh, his E gets juked. But I think the Lee Sin's got this one. Doll, you're dead. And there's another kill picked up for the Lee Sin. Right now, blue team doing very well for themselves. Chaos doing well. 7 kills, 2 deaths. Lee Sin 4, 1, and 3. Fortunately for the red team, they do have a lot of MVP assassination potential on their team. Also, I think Lee Sin could be going for a Bloodthirster with that longsword, but I actually think it's more likely it's going for a Last Whisper with that longsword. I'm going to call it now. Oh, the switch might be no! Diving too far, the Lee Sin does, and he ends up getting picked off, trying to push down that top turret. But, wow, all of red team is distracted by the Lee Sin and Jarvan combination. They are going to lose their inhibitor to the Nidalee. And it's going to go down just a couple seconds here. First inhibitor of the game going to the blue team. And red team is 4th and long for saving that one. Definitely got the wool pulled over their eyes with the split push in the top lane. They all went to respond to that. And therefore there was only the support to defend the inhibitor. Which of course support's not very good at defending much. Except for Janna, she can cast shield on buildings. And there's the ult from the Caitlyn. Chaos does the typical harass ultimate. And Caitlyn's like, yeah, counter warding. I mean, Nidalee's like, yeah, counter warding. More counter warding. She's just... This John is just like donating wards to this Nidalee. Another ward. Oh, the baits. Nah, not quite enough. They really want to jump on this, but Nidalee's just like farming up these wards. And... Nidalee's trading with his Janna. She's not scared of shit. And blue team, while the Nidalee is distracting the entirety of red team, they are going to be picking up a dragon. If she gets a kill, this will be totally worth it. Oh, but the Janna shields too much outplay. And the Nidalee not able to pick up a kill in a 1v4 situation. So did she outplay herself or did Janna outplay her? That's the question. But still, they were able to pick up an uncontested dragon thanks to that Nidalee's distraction. Although I don't think Nidalee really needed to distract the other team. I think they were distracted enough by being in their own base. But we are going to see the red team start to have to retreat back as blue team decides to use the almighty push. Lee Sin, of course, chill fighting this Rengar. Here comes the Nocturne, but they aren't going to go for this. And I believe, yes, some armor pen coming out from Lee Sin. First, the Brutalizer. Next, the Last Whisper, I believe, could be building a Black Cleaver. It seems a little late for a Black Cleaver. I'd almost say just go Last Whisper and ignore the Black Cleaver, but the Brutalizer does give some nice cooldown reduction. And there's the Invis from the Rengar. He's going to pop his ultimate just so he does not get tower dived. A smart move, in my opinion. Oh, he's going to jump right on top of the Chaos, but he does not have enough damage to even get close to murdering the Chaos. And here comes the Jarvan. There's a nice crescendo. Jarvan's just going to get blown up. Rengar, of course, very low, but here comes the Fizz right in the middle of the fight. Chaos in a bit of trouble, but the Fizz definitely overestimating his power there. As Legion just comes to Chaos, clean him up. Next one to go down will be the Rengar. Jarvan ends up going down to the tower, but Twitch and a Lodge over right now is going to get killed by the Nidalee. And they are an ace above the other team right now. Lee Sin just running through the base, being like, let's right-click the Nexus turrets. But no, the game is over. Thank you guys for watching. That was some great Lee Sin play, some great Jarvan 4th play. Did not get to focus too much on the Fizz. And of course, we all like watching Chaos. He's definitely a baller ADC. And it's always fun to watch good ranged carries play ranged carry, because they're just positioning and how they play. It has so many like fine-tuned details to it that it's really it's hard. It's easy to pick up an ADC, you know, just right click, try to stay in the back of the fight. But when you try to master the play of the ADC, there's a lot of minute mechanics you've really got to pay attention to that will mean the difference between life and death. Like that Chaos flash into the bush when he was fighting the Twitch, pretty much broke line of sight, and the Twitch was no longer able to hurt him because like, where do I shoot? She flashed and disappeared. But anyways, that was a fun game to watch, and I'll have a Dota 2 game out tomorrow. I'm going to still keep working on my guide for, hopefully it will come out next week. I'm going to have the whole thing written out before I go to Oregon, and then all we'll do is take some video editing to get it put together. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.